Let's now change gears and focus on how to manage our users' devices and apps that they use. Microsoft Intune offers you the ability to manage your devices from a cloud-based portal. And if you've not used Intune before or it's been a number of years, you'll see a huge change in the functionality that Intune devices. Let's look at the management tasks that you need to complete when you first start using Microsoft Intune. More and more devices are now mobile and connected to your cloud-based resources, such as Office 365, which provides email and SharePoint Online. Managing your devices using Microsoft Intune makes huge sense. It can offer your organization advantages over solutions that require traditional on-premises infrastructure. You can manage a wide variety of devices with Intune. These include smartphones, tablets, laptops, and Windows 10 desktops. Devices can be running iOS, Android, or Windows operating systems. You can manage your Intune subscription in two different portals. First, by using the Intune area of the Azure admin portal at portal.azure.com. Alternatively, you can use the Microsoft 365 Device Management Admin Portal. In my Admin Center, I'll click Show All, scroll down, and then click Device Management. This opens the Device Management Portal. The management components are identical in each portal, and we'll use the Microsoft 365 portal within this course. Once you purchase your Intune standalone subscription or trial subscription, you'll need to perform some initial setup steps before the devices can be managed. If you've already deployed Microsoft 365 or Office 365 within your organization, and you will also include a Microsoft Intune subscription with this, and some of these initial steps will have already been completed, you can perform the initial configuration tasks in either the Intune area of the Azure Admin Portal or the Microsoft 365 Device Management Admin Portal, as shown on screen. The setup steps that you need to perform for Microsoft Intune include signing up for an Intune subscription or subscribing to Microsoft 365, which includes enterprise mobility and security, which includes Microsoft Intune. You can add a custom domain name to your tenant so that you can use your own company branding. And you'll need to configure your DNS records, which can simplify device enrollment, as these will redirect enrollment requests from devices to the Intune servers in the cloud. Next, you'll need to set your tenant location so that your data is stored in the correct country to meet any legal and compliance requirements. You'll configure your MDM or Mobile Device Management Authority so that devices will use Intune for mobile device management. You'll also configure the MDM scope so that users can enroll devices into Intune. And you'll use the Global Administrator account to create other subordinate administrator accounts to help you with the administration of your tenant. You'll then create users and assign Intune licenses. Configure device and apps policies and profiles to control how devices and apps will be used and accessed. You'll then enroll your devices so that they can be managed by Intune and create device groups to simplify your management. And finally, deploy and assign applications and set up the company portal, including any company branding. Let's drop onto our demo tenant and take a look at how to configure the MDM authority to Intune. In this way, our devices will trust instructions from Microsoft Intune. If you haven't already set the MDM authority, you should follow these steps. On the left-hand side, I'll select Device Enrollment. And notice all the options under Manage and Monitor are grayed out. On the right-hand side, we have the option to choose the MDM authority. You should carefully read the instructions, and you can choose either Intune or Configuration Manager. We'll select the Intune MDM authority and then select Choose. The MDM authority has been set, and now we have the option to manage and monitor our devices. The next stage is to configure the MDM scope so that users can enroll their devices into Intune. On the left-hand side, I'll select Device Enrollment. And then under Manage, I'll select Windows Enrollment. And under General, select Automatic Enrollment. In order to configure automatic device enrollment, you'll need an Azure Active Directory Premium subscription. We can specify which users' devices should be managed by Microsoft Intune. These Windows 10 devices can then automatically be enrolled for management with Microsoft Intune. The options are None or Some, where you can select specific groups of users and devices, or All, where all users can enroll their devices into Intune. We'll select All. You should also ensure that the MDM Terms of Use, MDM Discovery, and MDM Compliance URLs are populated. You can use the default values, or create your own. To configure the automatic MDM enrollment, we'll click Save.